Hey, I'm Warren. I live, work, travel, and shop in Ontario. And I'm also a person with a disability. To me, accessibility means a level playing field and equal opportunity for everyone in all aspects of life, whether it be employment or access to businesses. I don't really believe in the word disability. To me, the word disability means differently abled. Like some people would say that because I'm in a wheelchair, I'm automatically disabled. No, I just look at it as a different way to get around. Just as you get around on your 2 feet, I get around by using this controller. You need to understand that people with disabilities want to contribute to your business. They just need for the business to be accessible. For example, having ramps to get into your building, or friendly customer service. Because in my experience, I find sometimes that business owners are afraid to talk to people with disabilities because they may have not seen a person with a disability before. What I want to tell them is that don't be afraid to talk to a disabled person. We don't bite. Did you know that currently in Ontario, approximately 1.5 million people have a disability? Together with their friends and family, the number of people affected by disability is bigger still, and every one of them is your potential customer. This number doesn't even include the aging baby boomers that may not consider themselves as having a disability, but they may have difficulties with mobility, sight, and hearing. In responding to the growing need to make Ontario more accessible, in 2005, the province passed a new law, the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act, the AODA, aimed at making the province fully accessible by 2025. Over the next few minutes, you'll learn about accessibility, as well as meet some experts, people with disabilities, and hear their tips and techniques for serving customers with disabilities. But first, here are some terms you should get to know. Disability means a restriction in a person's capacity to function resulting from impairment. While some disabilities are visible, many are non-visible and not readily apparent. Some common disabilities include physical, hearing, vision, learning, developmental, and mental health. A barrier is anything that stops or makes it difficult for a person with a disability to take part in society or from accessing a service. It is important to remember that barriers aren't just physical, ones like a building without a ramp, but include a wide range such as physical, architectural, information or communications, attitudinal, technological, or a policy or practice. Now let's meet some people with disabilities who've experienced barriers to accessible customer service, people who could be your customers.
Okay, my name is Victor Palmer. I am a loss prevention officer at a music store. I am, officially, it's learning disabled. What I have is an auditorial deficiency, so I don't understand. I mixed up the vowels and consonants, when I mispronounce words.
Hi, my name is Phillip Daniels. I'm deaf. I'm completely deaf. Now I'm a part-time teacher here at Yeshiva Nevesh David.
I am Kay Leslie. I'm currently working with Scotiabank as a human resource manager in workforce diversity. I was born with a visual impairment. I was born with a condition called macular degeneration.
I'm Mary Daniel. I work with Link Up Employment Services. We're an agency for employment, helping people in employment. A woman in my condition, I have achondroplasia, and achondroplasia is another word for dwarfism.
My name is Ezra Radford.
Kathy Lemon, and I had a dream of having my own business. Well, this is the dreams. We bake brownies, lemon squares, date squares, cookies.
I'm Laurie Sue Robertson. I own a company called Disability Awareness Consultants, and I teach people who aren't disabled how to work with people who are. I'm married, and I take care of my husband and my dad and my house and my cat and my dog and have a normal life like everybody else. I just happen to have arthritis that sometimes stops me from walking and sometimes doesn't. And I've got a seizure disorder that sometimes makes me choke and sometimes doesn't.
My name is Lee, and I was diagnosed many moons ago with bipolar disorder. And my main thing is to educate people, to educate everybody about mood disorders so the stigma is eliminated. Yeah, I do motivational speeches, and I talk about my bipolar disorder. It's a very, very, very hard illness, but I've overcome it.
A person who has a disability is not handicapped. It's the barriers in the environment that makes it very difficult for a person with a disability. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Sometimes when I go out with my friends, I can't get into a building simply because there's no ramp. As a result, I have to take my business elsewhere. I've also experienced attitudinal barriers. For example, sometimes when I'm out with my friends at a restaurant, the waiter or waitress might ask my friends, would he like a drink, rather than ask me directly. For me, providing accessible customer service is an integral part of providing excellent customer service, treating everyone equally and with respect. We're going to spend a few minutes with the people you just met as they discuss some of the barriers they encounter as a customer.
I often go into a restaurant and there's good food and I want to order something and I point to what I want. But then, so they take my order, but then I taste it and it's not cooked enough. So I have to write down, and then the waiter apologizes and brings it back. But that was sort of frustrating for me. That was a barrier because he didn't understand.
There are a number of challenges that I face every day. Some of them are more physical barriers.
I mean, I can't run, I can't jump, I can't do stairs, but I get most places that I want to go.
Some of them are more attitudinal barriers.
Oh, I like shopping. I really do like shopping, and sometimes they're nice, but some people are not so nice.
I have had individuals appear to be almost a little bit resentful because they have to spend an extra 2 minutes assisting me.
Mostly it's talking to me like a child. That has happened. You get some people in customer service that might want to pat me on the head because they think I'm a little girl.
So just say if I walk into a store, I'm really not sure really what I want. Maybe I might pace a bit, because I'm not really sure. And, someone might think that I'm going to shoplift. But really, it's because I'm confused.
Businesses are beginning to realize that this is an important customer service issue.
So if you create an environment that's accessible and welcoming, people will come who have disabilities, and that's 16% of the population. So that's a lot of people.
If people who are pleasant, who treat me very well, I would go back to the store.
Welcome, my partner.
If they want to communicate better, they can write things down. They can write to each other. Some hearing people want to learn, and I'm happy to teach them a few signs.
My advice to people who are trying to assist a person with a disability would be to simply say to the individual, how can I best help you?
If you just ask, do you need anything, and then listen to the answer, it makes all the difference in the world.
So talk to us as if you would talk to a person who is not disabled.
Let's just think of that person, whether somebody that might be related to you, and that these illnesses are not our fault.
Smile. Don't act like my presence is a big injustice for you or a big burden.
Smile, be polite, and have the right change.
So I guess what to boil down with is to be treated with respect and to be treated like a person, just like everyone else.
What good customer service really boils down to is indeed something quite simple: respect. I've got an easy way for you to remember some basic guidelines on how to best serve a customer with a disability. Talk with them. That's right, TALK. T. Take the time to ask, "May I help you?" at the beginning to understand the needs of persons with disabilities when they enter your office or service center, or in providing a service by phone or internet. A. Ask, don't assume. Never assist unless asked to, as you would with a customer without a disability, unless it's a clear emergency. L. Listen attentively and speak directly to the customer who has a disability, instead of their companion or attendant. K. Know the accommodations and special services available. Be knowledgeable about the services that are available in your community.